fourth grade. Welcome to day 2 of our official Writers Workshop launch. I know this is technically day 3 of your learning, but this is official lesson 2 of our workshop. So by now, you should have chosen your topic and completed your research proposal. So if you haven't done that, please make sure you try to finish that up and email it to your teacher as soon as possible so that you're ready for this next video and the rest of the lessons this week. So before I get started, I want to quickly share with you a chart that is all about getting ready to write an informational text. So I just want to kind of show you where we're at and where we're headed. So we did this yesterday. Think about the topic and about parts of the topic you'll write about. So this is what we did in lesson 1. Today, we're going to kind of think about, you think about how your writing might go. We did a little bit of this work yesterday, but I'm going to give you a little bit of time in this video today to do that if you haven't been able to complete that. And then our main focus today is to plan a way to take notes and jot ideas, okay? And then these are kind of the next steps that you can kind of see where we're going. And this will be in your printed packet and will also be uploaded to our Google Classroom if you want to kind of take a look at it, and that'll kind of give you like a roadmap of where we're going. Okay. So if you remember yesterday, we talked about the possible sections of an informational book, okay? And I want you to look at, I made a little chart since yesterday to talk about my possible sections of my Gold Rush book. So I've made this chart here, and this is also in our Google Classroom and in our packets. So I want you to look at this new chart I made. So I was thinking that my book will be about the Gold Rush, which I've already mentioned, and it's going to start a lot like Naomi's does, where it's all about the overview of the big event. So you can see my first section here is all about the bigger topic. So I've made a little doodle here that says the Gold Rush. Now, I thought my next section could be about the effects of the California Gold Rush or any other topic that you so choose, Pony Express, Mexican-American War, or California missions. So, and I kind of jotted down some ideas of what I could do. So some different effects are like gold fever, the California mines after the gold rush, environmental impact, as well as an immigration impact. And then I thought about important people. So I thought about the 49ers, the Chinese miners, the women of the gold rush, John Sutter, and maybe even the Native American. So this section will have its own little subheadings or subtopics within this chapter. So like each little person would represent a different subtopic. And then I thought I would add a chapter that wasn't in Naomi's about maps, charts, and advertising. So the Gold Rush had a lot of interesting advertising that happened during this time. So I thought I could include some posters from the historical period, as well as maps of immigration routes or like what the boom towns looked like, or maybe even some charts that include some important information. So if you haven't made this plan for your book yet, I want you to pause the video right now and complete this template, which was provided in your week 5 lesson plans this week. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a chance to pause this video and come back to be ready for learning how to take notes. All right, see you in a second. Okay, if you hadn't finished it already, hopefully you took some time to complete your own template of your possible sections for your information book. Now, for this lesson, I'm going to focus on teaching you how to take notes, okay? So don't forget that when you're taking notes, you're not copying everything down that you see. You're pulling out important information, whether it's people, places, or details. So I'm going to share my screen right now and show you what a style of taking notes is called. So this style is called 2-column notes, and you'll see this in your classwork/homework in your Google Classroom today. So hopefully you've had a chance to start reading some of the resources that me and Ms. Sherman have put together, but you can also feel free to do your own research. So after reading some things and just like my basic knowledge, I wrote down just some of the things that I can remember about the Gold Rush from my research so far. So I put all about the bigger topics. I thought these are some notes that could go in my first chapter or first section of my book. So and then I put the Gold Rush down here. So some things that I remembered from my own studies and research and projects from when I was in 4th grade was that gold was not first discovered in California. This happened before California became a state. Very few people actually got rich during the gold rush. A lot of mistreatment happened to Asian immigrants, and it was first discovered by John Sutter. So you'll see how this chart, it has the main idea or vocabulary word on the left side and then some details on the right. So I just put some quick things, and then so I just used a bullet points style. So remember, when we're taking notes, you don't have to write complete sentences, because we'll turn these notes into full sentences when we're creating our first drafts later this week or possibly next week. So when you guys make your copy of this template, you can just put your name, and then you can also put in your topic at the top. Now I'm going to show you another way to take notes. So obviously we've provided lots of resources for you. So as you read, you can either jot notes. Here's my paper copy that I started with here before I started filming this lesson. So you can just, it's basically like a simple T-chart where you can put the key idea, and then put the details on the right-hand side. But I want to show you another way you can gather notes by watching videos. So I found this really short cartoon video for kids. So I'm going to watch this video and then take some notes, and I'll pause it occasionally to show you how I was pulling out information. All right, let's do it.
The California Gold Rush. Gold was first discovered in California by James W. Marshall at Sutter's Mill near the city of Coloma, California. The story goes back to 1848.
So right away, I noticed that I made a mistake in my original research. So if you notice in my possible sections, I put John Sutter here, which he was important to this because he was the one who owned the mill, but James Marshall was actually the person who discovered gold. So I'm going to add that to my notes because that's a really important detail that I want to include in my book. Let's keep watching.
James was building a sawmill for John Sutter when he saw something shining in the river. They both tested the metal. It was gold. Soon, the word got out. It was no longer a secret. Not many Americans lived in California, but that soon changed. By 1849, thousands upon thousands of people arrived in search of gold. The journey to California was dangerous. Some would go by sea from the East Coast, or on land along the California Trail.
Okay, so that kind of goes back to my detail about not many people lived in California during this time, but once the gold rush started, thousands and thousands of people came. So I wrote down thousands came from all over, and then I would make a note about the routes that they took. And this could be a cool feature that later on in my book, I could insert maybe a map where it shows the different routes from all of the world. So I heard that they traveled by sea and by land. And then there's something called the California Trail. So I'm going to write that down in case I want to research a little bit more about that later.
These people would become known as the 49ers. One way to find gold was to pan for it. Miners would sink the pan into the water and shake the dirt away to reveal any gold.
So this would kind of be a great subtopic under my Gold Rush chapter about how to actually mine and pan for gold.
Miners needed a lot of equipment, including a mining pan, a shovel, a pick, and food supplies. Businesses who sold this equipment to the miners often became richer than the miners could ever be themselves. Wherever gold or silver was discovered, miners would move in and set up camp. These would often grow into boom towns, which would become deserted once all the gold opportunities had dried up. So, was the gold rush worth it? Some became wealthy, but most returned home empty-handed. Subscribe to see more fun history videos.
All right, so as you can see, and the great thing about videos is just like, with a resource you're looking at, you can always go back and read it. Videos, you could always pause and write things down as you're watching, or you can go back and rewatch it. So I'm gonna go back to my column notes. And so I heard some things. I could do like a section of like how to pan for gold. So I heard things like dipped, a pan in water, and I know I'm missing all the details and I can go back and add those later, but I want to write the first things that I remember. I also saw that I know something about shaking the pan and sifting out the dirt. I remember from doing that from my own personal experience. It says I could also include vocabulary words. So there's something in that video called Boom Towns, and that's something it talked a little bit about maybe being communities that came about during the gold rush, but that's something that I want to include over here so that I could look up a definition later. So I might actually put that in there so I know to look it up. And then I definitely heard another detail about that businesses actually became more rich than the actual miners. Alrighty. So I hope that you can see the way that you can take notes, because that's the work that you're going to do today for your homework. So what I would like you to do is spend some time going through those resources. You can look at the resources we provided on the Padlet that Ms. Sherman created, or you could do some simple researching of your own. You can watch videos, you can read the articles. Remember, the articles we chose are really kid-friendly, but feel free to do your own research. And then hopefully that'll help you be prepared as we get ready to craft our drafts later on this week. So, and if you have any questions, please reach out to your teachers. All right, thanks guys.